Careful. How old are you, Adri? Uh-oh.
Danger zone.
You passed the danger zone. You're in no man's land. So
That's all right.
do modern women have you called before?
I've called once.
Are you a police officer or something?
Absolutely not.
So what do you have for me?
Well, I do feel like modern women lack relationship skills because most modern women are getting like advice or counsel from other single women. So the fact that we're sitting up asking our, single friends advice, it doesn't make sense.
Right? Oh, Chanel, how are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Do modern women lack relationship skills?
Some do, but not all.
Some do. What percent? What's the greater percentage? Those that do or those that do not lack?
Well, I'm going to be hopeful and say the former, those that do not lack.
So you think most modern women, the majority of modern women, have relationship skills?
I do.
All right, let's test that. Are you in a relationship?
I am.
All right. How long you been in it?
6 years?
6 years. Did you go to college?
I did.
Did you play sorority?
No.
All right. In the school you went to, do you keep in contact with any of your friends from college?
Absolutely.
Female friends?
Hmm.
Are the majority of those women married?
Yes, but I'll be honest, it's because I went to a Christian university. If you compare it to my other friends that went to state school, because I went to two universities, those aren't married. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I know it's,
So
I'm
the
being,
majority of people. So if we're going to be honest,
I think they have difficulties, but I think that they possess it. Maybe they just don't know how to execute it.
okay. How about this? Um, we have a divorce rate of right above 50% in this country, right?
Hmm.
Right. 70 to 80% of all divorce actions are filed by women. In the black community, it's closer to 80. 8 out of 10 divorces are filed by women. Even if you said of the 80%, the 8 out of 10 that were filed by women, even if you said half, 4 out of the 8 were for the worst parts of the Bible: abuse, spousal abuse, drug abuse, sleeping with pelicans. I don't care. The worst parts.
Hmm.
That would still mean 4 out of 10 are not. Why are those women leaving? Because that's still 4 out of 10. That's close to 50%.
Finances could be one. And yeah, I mean, maybe they
Finances. The average middle class people in this, the average person, the average family in America makes around $42,000 a year. And the financial difference between black people, white people, Hispanic, there's not that big a financial gap between black community and the white community as far as middle class people. Money is a strain for everybody. Why are so many women apt to leave today when we were broker back in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s?
because we don't have to stay like we did, like our grandparents did.
So it's a choice.
Absolutely.
So it's a lack of skills because because they didn't have to stay. See, I,
Skills.
I think the bottom line is women today aren't made from nearly the stuff that your forebears were made from.
What do you mean by lack of skills? Do we lack skills? The marriage? What?
Meaning that today women get upset or their feelings hurt just because someone says they're overweight when previous generations women actually understood that they had to be of sturdier stuff. They didn't just leave because they fell out of love. They aren't happy. They were more sturdy.
But they had to be more sturdy. They
No, you
didn't have
should.
the job opportunities. They didn't have
Oh,
the.
okay. So then women should be happier then today
Maybe
because they
that's a
have more job
reason.
opportunities, they have more money, they have more ability. Then they should be happier.
Well, money doesn't equal happiness, but I'm
Well, then you
saying the
can't have
reason
both
why men.
sides, man. I mean, either you see how we're doing this. You're saying they didn't have to stay; they had more opportunity. Great. Well, then have opportunity to go work and live by yourself because you have a job. Then you should be happy. Female happiness is an all-time low. one out of four women in our community are on some kind of antidepressant or psychotropic drug.
Yeah,
I think, ma'am, you have an optimistic point of view, but I think the facts, the data, statistics are glaring that modern women lack the ability to maintain long-standing relationships, especially in the black community.
I hear you. I may be optimistic, but when it comes to mental health, we're also more aware. So you also did have a lot of women who just suffered in silence, and a lot of our grandmothers and great grandmothers just
Yeah,
didn't.
but see that no, ma'am. See, I can't give you that because I'm 51 years old. And we didn't see a bunch of unhappy folks. See, we like to go back and color purple our past. That these women was getting their ass beaten. They were so unhappy and this and that. And no, honestly, how old are you?
28.
28. I'll tell you right, my grandmother, when she was in her later years, said, I feel so sorry for you young men. These girls ain't worth nothing. They ain't nothing like we used to be. We made it too easy for them.
In what
So,
way?
uh, telling you that all you need to do is go get a degree, go get a job. You don't need no man, that kind of stuff. They felt sorry for what was coming for these men because they realized that one, they had, even though they were fighting for racial equality and human rights, that they took their eye off the ball, the most important thing, coupling and families. So this whole they weren't happy. No, ma'am, you weren't seeing women. You have all this mythology that these men was doing this, doing that, and that's that color purple Alice Walker Mister shit. That's not what happened, ma'am. It's not what happened. It's not true. Black folks are the most married people in this country up until 1960 or 1965 at a rate of 80%. Why is it that everybody else in this country can go to college, go get a degree, go get a job, go get a career, and still find a way to couple and make families and relationships? But black women can't seem to do that. It's not the education.
I mean, it's a great question. Sometimes educated women may feel as though they have to marry down, and so that's unattractive to them. And then you're saying,
But again,
um,
man, again, but why isn't it? Then why don't we see the mirrored results from educated women from other races?
well, maybe they don't feel as though they have to marry down at the same rates.
That's bullshit because again, 51% of black men are single and childless, and 64% are in the middle class. You ain't having to marry down. See, again, you are talking a lot of hyperbole in talking points. The facts don't stand up that way. You're talking this whole one third for black women the most educated and black men are in jail down low. That shit is not factually accurate. It's been debunked thousands of times. Go to blackdemographics.com. Black statistics by black people for black people. Update your stats. Black women are not having to marry down. And if
Okay,
that's the case, and if they and let's just say they were. Let's just say they were. They're so educated and they can't find a black man on their level. Then how come they can't see if they're so marriageable and so relationship and they're so relationship ready, then how come Bradley, Ahmed, Keith, and Bradley, Ahmed, and Enrique aren't just flooding in to marry black women?
I guess because of all the negative stereotypes that comes with being a black woman. We're
No,
loud, abrasive, and
it can't.
I know the unknown. It's also
Negative stereotypes. You mean strong, independent? I don't need no man. The things you guys proudly proclaim, the tropes you even put together in your own media, run by you. See, you keep painting black women as victims, and I refuse to allow you to do that.
okay.
Why don't you start until we start holding women accountable and making them fully functioning adults capable of choices and then dealing with the consequences. Everything you keep talking about is something outside of their control. Well, no, no, no.
Well, I mean, women can't go out and make the men pursue them. I mean, most people marry within their own races, so that has a lot to do
Okay,
with it
well,
as well.
let's stop right there. Can't go out and make the men pursue them. No, but what you can do is you can respond to what the men say they want. What do most black men say they want?
Someone who's submissive,
Cooperation
feminine.
and women who are in shape. Cooperation in shape in their own hair. That's not a lot to ask. But 8 out of 10 are out of shape, overweight. $10 billion in the hair extension and wig and weave industry. Cooperation, that's laughable. See, we don't tell women the truth. And we have women like you who know better, still trying to defend this foolishness. Now, if I sat here and tried to defend the foolishness that men did, you'd be right to call me a hypocrite.
Well, yeah, because you're going hard for women, but I mean, if you're
No, no,
doing
no.
the
I'm
same for
saying
men, also,
if I were defending the foolishness that men did, you'd be right and call me out. It's time for us to start calling out women who defend the foolishness of other women too.
it's giving a different perspective, not
It's a
necessarily.
different perspective. I get it. You're devil's advocate. And you're trying to do a good job, but I think this indefensible. And the ultimate thing is, it started out when you saying that most women are most modern women don't lack relationship skills, and they do. That's the premise. If they had relationship skills, they'd have relationships. The reason they don't have them, you've been told the message has been trumping out. We don't have them because ain't nobody out here. The numbers are in. There are plenty of them out here.
Well, a lot of them are in relationships and maybe they're not married. I know, like the non-Christian friends that I have, a lot of them are in long-term relationships. They're just not
We count
married.
marriages, ma'am. I can't count anything else. Marriages are what this country counts. And
Correct, and that's
and that's
why.
another thing. And that's another thing. Black folks are always trying to do: rewrite the rules to make it fit us. We understand what a courthouse was. We know how to do things. 10 years of being together and not married is stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but in general, when you go to the mall, I don't know, whatever city you live in, just go look and see how many women you see walking around of other races and just start counting how many wedding rings you see of white women, Hispanic women, Middle Eastern women, Asian women. And out of every 20 you count how many wedding rings you see. Then out of every 20 black women you count how many wedding rings you'll see. Then you'll start to see the problem through different eyes. And when you look at these women, start to see how many are with children. Packs of women roaming around with other packs of women and kids. Go to a restaurant on a Friday or Saturday night that are attended by black people, and you'll see packs of women with other women and kids. That's ridiculous. And it's not because the men are in jail or dead or gay. Thank you for trying though, but it was hard. It was a hard case. You gave it a good shot though. I'll give you that though.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man. I am well. How are you?
I'm
Good.
doing great.
So let's get into it. All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
saw the title of my show.
Yes.
Average looking and lazy women. They want high value men or they just want the high value lifestyle?
Mostly, probably both. I would say for me, my life journey and spiritual journey has been to learn to have more empathy for men, see both sides of the coin. I was raised in a household where my grandmother loved black men. She was very promiscuous about black men, but I ended up being the reverse personality because I was around women who had a large empathy and a love and sexual attraction for black men, mostly like sexual chemistry for them, or what you call
Okay,
an emotional.
I'm not understanding where you're coming down on this point. Are you just kind of
Well,
giving a
basically,
monologue, or what do you think? Am I off on something? Am I make it more simple?
um, basically, I'm trying to give you a view that a lot of women in today's society are victims of abuse. They're
I
victims
don't buy
of.
that shit. I don't buy that shit. No, I don't. Nope, I don't buy. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. How old are you?
Okay,
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 27.
All right, 27. At what age are you an
Okay.
adult?
You are an adult by 18.
So here's the thing: if I bought that bullshit about a bunch of women being abused, then you got to also accept that the men out here are equally as abused. So you can't ask them for nothing.
I agree. I
But
agree.
that's not how the world works, though, man. We hold men accountable.
We people are held accountable for their actions, but like when you kind of understand why there are gender wars, a lot of the millennial generations come from so-called Generation X, the past
I didn't
generations that were
know,
into,
ma'am. Okay,
a
okay,
lot
hold
of.
on, hold on. First, can you hear me? Because you can't overtalk.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You're 20 what?
I'm 27.
All right. Tell me why. Are we talking about black people? Or are we talking about everybody?
I'm talking about mostly like the wars between men and
Well,
women,
there's
but
but it's different. Are
speaking
we talking
also
about
from
are we talking about all men, all women? Or are we talking about black folks? Because those are two different
both.
things.
We're talking about both.
But we got to talk.
We're
But we
talking
got to
about both.
decide what we're going to talk about because this is two different things.
Okay, I'll just stick to my cultural values since that's where I belong. I
We,
don't need to speak for anyone else. I should speak for myself. So I'll just talk about black.
okay. Well, then
Since
then answer me a
that's what you
question.
choose.
Why are okay? Then black people we're the freest you've ever been. But before 1965, we were married at a rate of 80%. But after that, we're married at a rate of 26%. The marital rate has gone down with freedom. But another thing, what's also gone up? Women's weight. Why are so many black women unfit?
We'll beat it out.
No, please! Stop!
Okay, answering your question. You've asked me about 3 different questions,
No,
but I'm gonna answer
actually,
one
no,
of them.
that was my question. Because
Yeah,
because
why
because
are
it
so
comes
many
right
black?
down through it because we asked about black people and got down to that. And when it comes right down to it, man, this gender war, all these other things, men aren't getting what they want, women aren't getting what they want. Granted. But men are just asking for women to be fit and friendly.
Yeah, that's. I mean, let me speak from a perspective that I was raised with, from coming from a mature perspective, from people who actually have to live everyday lives, who don't get to be supermodels, who don't get
You
to do
say
all
from
the extra
a group
things.
of people who don't have to. I need for
The black women that don't get to be all those things, the ones that have to be doctors, the ones that have to work hard, the ones that have to work like men because they are
I'm
fatherless,
sorry,
or
ma'am. I grew up in
the
a single.
women
No,
that
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. See, what you're not going to do is give me some victim story. I grew up in a single parent household.
I'm
No, ma'am.
I
I grew up in a
understand,
single parent household.
but
No,
you
you're not
have
going to talk over
to.
me. I told you that. You're not going to talk over
Okay,
me.
okay. Well, I'm gonna say this.
How much do you? I mean,
When you
okay. Are
look at
you
that,
married?
no, I'm not.
All
I'm
right.
single.
You have any kids?
No, I do not.
All right. How tall are you?
I'm 5'3",
And what dress size?
a size 8,
And how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
160
Ma'am, you are
pounds.
not a dress size. Ain't see, let me tell you something. Let me stop you right here. Let me go ahead and show you guys this deception. There's so many women who call in my show thinking they can lie to me and tell me what their dress size is. 5'4", 170 pounds equals a size dress 14. You are not a dress
Well,
size,
let
ma'am.
me
I'm an
ask
image
you this.
consultant. I'm not a
I
fool.
understand, but you're.
No, I said you're not going to talk over me. I can look at you in your face and tell you you're not no dress size 8. Are you kidding me? Over and over and over and over again. All right, guys, we're having technical breakup on here. Now, you ready to not try to talk over me? Because I will say this again: you talk over me, I will mute you. That's a very simple thing for me to do. Can you understand what I'm? You can unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Go ahead.
Were you raised by your dad or your mom?
Both.
All right. So I know you can hear me. when I speak.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm an image consultant, a professional stylist. I am well adept at the human body. And you're trying to tell me that you're 5 foot tall, 170 pounds, and a dress size 8. See, really what it comes right down to. Here's what it comes down to for a lot of women like yourself. You got a victim narrative that may make sense. Here's the thing. Let's just say I accept it. You're right. All those bad things happen. Whose responsibility is it?
It's a responsibility of myself to recover my own life. I'm held accountable for myself.
Right. The world does not owe you understanding. So how come that previous generations could seem to get all this done who had more traumas, more things going on? I don't get it. Because you're going to tell me that how hard you have to work. I'm sorry. I don't think you picking no cotton. I don't think you're on your hands and knees cleaning no people's homes. So tell me how. I mean, we don't. A lot of folks today ain't missing no meals. So how hard is that?
Well, one thing I will say to answer your question is by giving you an example. Okay, what I've learned by the health accuracy, the health history. The baby boomer generation was
Tell me about
responsible
you,
for
ma'am. I don't want to hear all
that.
this shit. I want to hear about you.
Okay.
See, when we start all this stats and stuff, it can go outside of us. What about you? Where's the longest relationship you've ever had?
I haven't had any relationships. I'm just like pretty much any millennial.
All right. So you have, are you a virgin?
Yes, I am.
All right. So you're not even qualified to talk about this. Okay. You got a lot of knowledge in books, but I will tell you one thing you don't have is
yes, sir.
You don't have fitness. And you're in the health. You want to talk to me about health? Why are you not exercising?
I'm working on it.
There's no working on it. So see, that's bullshit right there. You have no reason. No, sir. No. There is no, unless you have been shot or had surgery. There's no reason for you to be as big as you are, as young as you are.
But see, let me say this.
Do you have a medical history? Do you have a medical condition?
I had what you call a hypothyroid.
My ex-wife had Graves' disease too. So are you telling me that you're this size because of your thyroid?
No, I'm saying that I fluctuate in weight. I have what you call a hormonal.
No, ma'am, I don't want. My ex-wife had Graves' disease. You're not going to talk over me. See, I'm the wrong guy to try to pull this shit with. You are too big. And you got too many damn excuses and not enough passes in the gym. This is a game for some of you guys, but I don't have time for it.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Please don't forget like, share and subscribe. This is Polite News. And before I proceed, let's give credit to Mr. Kevin Samuels, and may his legacy stay forever. May his work stay forever, because he has more amazing work, more amazing videos that will teach you in one way or the other to stay with someone. Or like we talk about marriage, we talk about feminism, we talk about dairy related stuff, we talk about single motherhood, we talk about marriage and other related stuff. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to those who are going through difficult situations, those in the hospitals, those who need special prayers, may God see you through. May God reveal to you all, guys. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Today we are looking at this. Ladies, why is it there is always our slogan which says you can't work on your present, yet you're denying or running away from your past. First of all, you have to first work on your past life, then admit that here and there I did a mistake, here and there I wasn't right, here and here I was sorry, it wasn't giving at the same time. So when you realize that this and this wasn't the trick, or this is how things were not supposed to move, or I collided, or I made a mistake, when you work out on your mistake, then it will help you out to stand as a person, to be like, yeah, this is the right path I'm taking, and this is it, this is that. You get me? So it will help you as a person to reveal yourself as a person of difference or someone who wants to change. But if you're still making your past, living in a denial past, then it's going to disorganize the present because you are just running away from what you are not collecting. So what I can say is collecting is better than running away. Hope you're all getting me. So in this video, also we talk about weight. This is whereby us ladies, there is a way God made us when our weight goes so high. So at times men find it difficult to tell us cut weight. So we have, as people, we have to sit and be like, let me go some weight, let me do some exercise and so on. But as I'm telling you, you cannot do exercise and your diet is poor. When you collect your diet moves with exercise and everything will be well. You can't be eating junk foods and you're saying, I want to correct my diet or to do this or to do this or to do this. To the single mothers, if you are made a single mother for a first time, make sure you collect it. Like for a second time, don't rush. Take your time. Look at the person and be like, yeah, this is the person I'm supposed to be with without becoming a single mother again. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. May God bless you.